Hey guys, what's up? We're back with some more Reactions After Dark, and we are, of course, going to be watching every time he breaks up with a girlfriend, he gives them $1 million, the unreal story, unreal life of Wang Sicong, question mark. No, I'm assuming this is the guy that everybody's talking about, right? I feel like a lot of comments have mentioned this dude. Everybody's been waiting for this guy to show up, so I'm guessing we are finally there. Assuming this is the guy, maybe we were talking about somebody else, but I feel like this is the guy. Uh, but yeah, what did you do last time? Obviously, in the Chinaverse stuff, it was the lady who didn't want her surrogate kids, but last episode it was Dark Asia, obviously, with the husband who butchered his wife. For I don't know why he did that. I think he just was crazy, I guess. Uh, Off that topic though, don't know what to expect here. I mean, I feel like you would just date the guy knowing that the minute you broke up with him, you would get $1 million, right? So isn't that just what these girls are going to do? Is try to court him, actually, and then immediately break up with him so they can get a free million? Like, isn't that the plan, the strategy? That's all I could assume. I am recording this kind of late though. I need to like start recording these like a day in advance again because it's 11 a.m. right now. I'm assuming it's going to be 2 p.m. or 1 p.m. when I'm done with this. And I haven't uploaded video, so this video will go up today. So I only have like 5 hours to upload it. And if you've been following the escapades of my channel, you would know that my internet is just trash right now. I might call the ISP before trying to upload to see if they can do anything and then upload, assuming they are able to fix it, hopefully. But yeah, also we have like version, I don't know, 1.3 of Block today. I kind of upgraded it yesterday. I think I'm still going to further add some extra stuff because there's some stuff I don't really care for, but slight differences you won't really be able to tell other than like the lines that I added on the pants. But we got new anger, we got new sorrow, so we can cry now. This is still the same, but the soul is kind of colored differently. What was the last one? Last one's head empty, right? Yeah, head empty. Granted, I don't use any of these things. I never use them. So they're there, but of course you're never going to see them outside of me talking about them.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Stephanie, and today we are back with another mukbang.
Of course, we're just going to like skip to them actually talking about the topic of the story. Alright, I think I got the point in the video that we need to be at. We were at like 5 minutes in. There was no ad either, I don't think. Maybe there was, I didn't see one, but I think she's about to start talking about Wang.
Guess what we're talking about today? We're talking about the Leonardo DiCaprio of China. Oh yeah. Oh, this guy's crazy. This guy's crazy. I've heard of his dating stories. I'm not gonna go in depth on this episode. I might do another episode on it because it's insane. But this guy will literally date a bunch of young, like 20-something-year-old influencers, models, like all these celebrities. And the minute that he breaks up with them, and he does break up with them, it's like Leonardo DiCaprio. There's like an age limit.
By 50. Wait, no, 25.
I don't know.
Yeah, so that's what I was gonna bring that up, but they've already brought it up. That Leo seems like that's the joke, right? That he's unable to count higher than 25. As soon as his girlfriend turns 25, he breaks up with them? Question mark. Just every time, and he's like 50 or something. I don't know how old he is now.
Something like that, right?
But I was assuming that it would be the opposite. Like, if you know this guy gives you $1 million for breaking up, why would you not just be like, okay, my turn, and then immediately break up? I guess unless you want whatever extra lavish stuff he might give you during the relationship, and maybe that would be why you would stick around, right? Knowing that at the end of it you're going to get $1 million, but before you get the $1 million, at least you're living the high life, right?
Yeah.
He breaks up with them, and when he does, he gives them like $1 million in cash. And everyone is like, wait, what the f did you just say? $1 million in cash? Why would you give someone $1 million in cash after a breakup? That is so generous.
Wow.
And he would publicly state it's because these young women, in the prime of their life, how sexist, in the prime of their life, have chosen to spend time with him. Wow. And he didn't marry them. So here's $1 million. And that is why not a single ex-girlfriend has ever really talked about the guy.
Oh.
mean, you can argue that's like a bribe, right? What's the word? I can't think of it right now, but it's just bribe right now. But obviously, maybe it's not.
You would imagine there's a lot of shit to talk about this dude.
I'm sure.
Because there's a lot. This guy is one of the most controversial figures in China, and he happens to be one of the richest men in China.
Well, I mean, clearly, if you can give $1 million, there are probably like 1 billion different women.
A billionaire. Have you ever wondered what it's like to just wake up one morning and they're like, surprise, you're a billionaire.
I don't even know what I'll do.
It's like you're winning the lottery, right?
Yeah.
And it doesn't even make sense. Like none of this actually happens in real life. Nobody wakes up one day a billionaire. Either you were born into a billionaire family, you win the lottery, or you slowly become a billionaire in the course of like at least a couple years, right? No, this actually happened in real life. Apparently book plots do happen. This is the story of Wang Sicong.
Wang Sicong.
Wang Sicong. This guy's life is wild. I genuinely thought that this guy was a nepo baby. I thought that he was just born into a super rich family, like one of those billionaire babies. He was not.
He was not?
He was not.
What do you mean?
What?
He was not. Okay, so Wang Sicong was born in 1988, so he's not even like that old.
Yeah, he's like really not old. He's in his 30s, right?
And to most people, I would say that he was born to like a Kyuuties family.
Okay.
It's like a very regular family.
Like middle class.
Like middle class, yeah. Like nothing that crazy. Okay, maybe there was less than middle class actually.
Okay.
His parents were not financially secure. His dad was like this army veteran. His mom was a housewife as far as we know. And they kind of struggled a little bit, especially with this newborn. They start struggling a bit. And when you're in a situation like that where, I don't know, you don't know if you can pay your next water bill, probably the last thing you're gonna do is start your own LLC. Open up your own business. So insecure. There's so much at risk. But Wang Sicong's dad was like, I'm gonna do it. I mean, he figured there's no way for our financial situation to get any worse. I mean, like, what do I have to lose? I'm already in debt. I'm not doing that well. Like, this is all I have. This is my only hope. So he starts a company, and it's a real estate company called Wanda.
And
Wanda
just
Group.
a little, have you watched the World Cup, right? Recent World Cup? So you know on the side of the World Cup, there's like banners,
Yeah.
right? It has like brands.
Oh,
Yeah,
wait.
yeah, like Nike, things like that.
Wait.
Oh.
What's your favorite movie theater?
Oh yeah, I'll say AMC.
It's owned by Wanda Group.
No way.
I feel like that was almost like a plant. Like, by plant, I mean like that was a setup. As in, we've already heard that he owns AMC. Like, our first talk about the guy was him owning AMC, right? Or them owning AMC. So him saying AMC, I feel like that was just staged, is what I'm saying. Like, really? You're really surprised? I feel like that was so staged. But yeah, so we're saying that the dad created a company that just ended up becoming $1 billion company overnight or something? What?
Yeah, they're that rich.
Do you have your phone? Look up World Cup and then look at the banner on the side.
Oh my god.
What?
I see Wanda.
Wanda.
Yeah, I didn't know what he was talking about because I didn't understand what he said. Like, did you watch the something recently? I guess he said the World Cup.
FIFA partners.
Basically, on the side of the banner, all you see is like Wanda.
But China didn't even play in the World Cup.
I know.
Okay.
So they own AMC and like partnership with
Oh, they own
World Cup.
They own like everything.
They own way more than you can
Oh, yeah.
imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God.
They're
Damn.
probably
more-
in your life more than you would imagine.
So when we were in LA, there's this huge development happening in Beverly Hills. Everyone in town is talking about it. And
Waldorf
it was,
Astoria?
Wanda?
Was it
Wanda?
Waldorf? No, it was a huge other development too. And it was built by Wanda. And everybody in town just knowing that, oh, it's some Chinese developer. Like, they literally are everywhere. Nobody...
How did that happen though? Like he just
Yeah.
he was broke, made that company.
Oh, let me tell you how it happened.
So they weren't really talking about too much there, but like something that was like annoying me. This might just be cringe Westerner talk, but the fact that she's using the chopsticks to pick up fries and then dip them, I was like, it was driving me crazy. But that's coming from someone who can't talk, because I am the guy who uses a fork to eat fries. So literally doing the same thing she's doing, just with a different utensil. But for some reason, I'm like, just pick up the fry. Don't use the chopsticks. I don't know why. It was just driving me crazy.
Okay.
Did you know about the little goal? We gotta set a little goal. Oh, yeah. That one was viral. Okay, anyways. Oh, this is crazy.
Don't know what they're talking about.
Their story is something.
At one point, Wanda Group was the second largest commercial holding company, like real estate holding company. So they were the second largest of owning all the commercial
world?
real estate. Yeah, in the world.
Oh my
Insane people, okay? Wanda Group, Daddy Wang, I don't know his name, billionaire, sorry.
It's Wang Sicong's dad. It's
Yeah.
not Wang Sicong.
Right.
Yeah, so Daddy Wang is Wang Sicong's dad. Again, I don't know his name. He pours his time and money into this Wanda Group company, and the company does start picking up. It starts doing pretty well, and pretty soon they're not worried about bills. They're not worried about the power bill, the water bill. They've got enough money for food, and they actually stop living paycheck to paycheck. They could even send Wang Sicong to study abroad. So Wang Sicong was sent to Singapore to study at the Swiss Cottage Elementary School, which, like, why does that sound like the fanciest elementary school I've ever even heard of? Later, he was sent to a boarding school in the UK in Winchester.
Wow.
So fancy. His
Yeah, it sounds like they're like super rich now.
parents could afford to cover the tuition, but these are elite schools. Like, these are, tuition's not cheap. So they covered Wang Sicong's tuition, but they're really frugal with their money because they're just starting in the business, you know? And they weren't born into money. They're not spending it like water, like a lot of these other kids in the school. And this mindset is just embedded in them. They would send Wang Sicong in this foreign country, in the UK, $250 a month as spending money.
Okay, a lot of money, but I guess technically not a lot to live off of.
So his tuition, his board, that was all covered, but $250 to cover all the food, all the clothes, any supplies he needed. It's not bad, but it's not what you would imagine, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a lot of money, but it's not a lot to live off of.
Yeah, not
Never
the
expected
rich.
that.
Yeah, per month. The money had to last a whole month. And his dad, Daddy Wang, at this point in time, was not the type to sit there and listen to this kid like whine that his friends were, you know, driving around in little cars and they had Cartier bracelets. He didn't care. So if Wang Sicong wanted to buy something nice for himself, he would have to save up all his money that month for it. And the next month he would have to save up it. He never really complained. He's like, this is what my parents can't afford, so I'm just gonna be grateful. At least it's better than having nothing, right?
Well, the chopsticks for the fries.
I'm studying internationally. It wasn't always easy though, especially at the boarding school in Winchester. There were a lot of snobby rich kids. You know how high school kids are. Like, they can't wait to judge you. If there's anything about you that's different from them, they're gonna pounce on you. They can smell blood in the waters. They're gonna rip your guts open. I feel like most of the time, do you know what the scariest thing is? I'm inside of a Target. This is in my nightmares. I'm inside of a Target. There's a group of high school kids, and they're all looking at me and giggling and whispering. And I'm like, I'm getting bullied all over again by high schoolers.
I don't know if I've ever thought about that. Like being worried about a bunch of kids looking at me and giggling. I don't know if that's thought has ever occurred to me at all as like something to be worried about.
That's my biggest fear. So they're bullying Wang Sicong, okay? They're like, well, you don't look like us. You don't dress in Louis Vuitton. You don't wear Loro Piana. I don't know. His classmates did treat him differently because he just wasn't that rich. He didn't have the fancy watches or the rings or the glasses. Instead, he wore the same clothes over and over again. And he actually took care of his stuff. Like, these are the types of rich kids that would throw their designer bags around because they can just buy a new one. But Wang Sicong is like, if my backpack breaks, I gotta save up for 3 months to buy a new backpack. So I can't rip my backpack. I can't ruin my shoes either because my parents can't afford to replace them. He kind of felt left out. He's like an outsider during high school. But that's not even the worst thing in the world. He couldn't get girls because of it. Like, none of these girls wanted to date him. They're independently wealthy.
This is like a little come-up
K-drama,
story.
yes.
Villain or-
The
Oh.
ugly poor kid in high
Yeah.
school that nobody wants to date.
Yeah.
And now everybody in China wants to marry him.
It makes sense now.
Well, I feel like nobody wants to marry him. I feel everybody wants to just date him for a split second so they can get that cool $1 million and then just jump ship, right? But I guess if you do get to marry, then you get to have that forever, question mark. So then there's also the question of, okay, well, you could just do the advanced version of that instead of, you know, getting with him, then jumping ship immediately to get the $1 million. You can get with him, get married, then jump ship as soon as you get married to get half, right?
At one point, though, Wang starts dating this girl called Zhang Chen.
Though I don't know if it's if there's like stipulations to it. If he has to break up with you to get the $1 million, or if she breaks up with him, does it not count? Like, does that factor into who gets the money, or no? Is it just if you break up, you get money?
Zhang Chen, right? Another Chinese student that's studying abroad. He loved her so much. Like, as much as a high schooler can love another high schooler. They had that puppy love. They're dating, and he...
Well, I mean, the term puppy love implies that it's not real love. So I don't know what she's trying to say. Is it real love or is it not real love? Because puppy love means fake love, right? It's not real love.
He's even thinking, maybe I'll marry this girl one day. Like, that's how much we're vibing. That's how much we're connecting. He nicknamed her, and we're gonna come full circle with this. He nicknamed her Little Panda. Just you wait. I know what you're gonna say, but don't say it. Her name is Little Panda. He couldn't...
He must already know something about this guy's ventures, and I'm assuming something has to do with Panda.
afford nice gifts for her, but he promised, babe, I'm gonna work hard. I'm gonna earn enough money. I'm gonna graduate with a degree. I'm gonna get a job. I am gonna put you in head to toe Louis Vuitton. Just stick with me. She was like, I mean, why though? Like, potential is nothing if it's not being put to use. If I want to be in Louis Vuitton right now, I'm going to be in Louis Vuitton right now. I don't need to wait.
If he really wanted.
If he really wanted, he would put me in Louis Vuitton. So, and I keep bringing up Louis Vuitton because I believe he said it was Louis Vuitton at one point. One day after class, she walks over to his little desk. And she's like, we got to break up. I want a certain lifestyle. Like, I want Louis Vuitton and all these things, and you can't afford it right now.
Okay, so they actually were together. It wasn't just him wanting to be with her. They were actually together, and she just broke up with him because he didn't have enough money to be with her.
Damn.
Also, if you wanted to, you would do it. Statement or whatever she just said. It reminds me of the Borderlands 4 statement, right? If you know anything about video games, Randy Pitchford, is he like the CEO of Gearbox? I'm not sure. Recently, within like this year, I don't know, like the last few months, he was like, yeah, we know Borderlands 4 could be like $80 because if you don't follow video games, they're getting really expensive now. Like video games are costing $80 for like a single game. That single game is probably like not very good to begin with, and yet they're trying to charge you almost $100. And with like the extra season pass and DLC and whatnot, like day one DLC, you're looking at $100+ for video games at this point. But yeah, he's like, oh well. Now, if you were a real fan, you would figure something out. I think he said something like that. So it's like, oh yeah, if you really wanted to, you would work hard. Despite what the economy is like right now, right, where no one can do anything. He's like, oh yeah, you can just easily just come up with $100. Like if you really wanted it, you would do it. Okay, Randy.
I'm pretty sure this is from the perspective of Wang Sicong. Like, he's the one that
Like, okay, high school girl, because we're talking about that in relation to the high school girl.
told this story, so I don't know how much of it is.
Yeah, we're also taking him at face value.
You know? And so Wang Sicong said he was devastated, and he's like, why are you so materialistic? And she gives it to him straight. She's like, you don't understand. Money reflects your identity and your status. You wouldn't understand because you can't even afford it. The guy is heartbroken. It's like stabbing him in the heart. He promises himself. Like, you know when you break up with someone, you're like, I'm gonna go to the gym, and I'm gonna be so hot. And in a year from now, they're gonna regret it so much. That's like the only time I work out religiously, is right after a breakup.
Except, I mean, does that mean she has not worked out in a century? Because I'd assume she's been with this guy, her boyfriend, then fiance, then husband, for quite a while. So that would imply that she doesn't work out.
Worked out in like 10 years. Okay.
Okay. She answered my question immediately.
That's like the only time I work out religiously, is right after a breakup. So I haven't worked out in like 10 years, okay? That's pretty bad. Like, you gotta break up with me so I can go to the gym again. And he's like, I am gonna be rich. I'm gonna be so rich. Like, this girl is gonna come crawling back to me. Potentially, this is Wang Sicong's villain origin story, depending on if you think that this guy is a villain or not. But for the time being, he uses this as fuel. This is what's gonna get him going. He studies so hard. He masters 8 languages. I'll give it to him, he's kind of smart. Wow. He knows Mandarin, English, French, Italian, Japanese, Spanish, German, Latin.
Oh my god.
Oh, damn.
But you know what's funny? Who's gonna quiz him, right?
I mean, I feel like the media could just do that. Like, oh, you have this claim that you can speak 8 languages. Okay, I'm going to start talking to you in X language. Can you respond back to me? Or put him on a game show, because game shows and whatnot love putting celebrities on, right? That has to do with different languages. Like, or just create a game show out of nowhere just to test this guy. Right?
Yeah.
Incredible.
I like that. He was frugal.
I don't think he was frugal. He just had no choice.
Yeah, just wait, yeah.
Did he know that his parents were rich?
Just wait.
Oh man, I'm getting excited.
He works really hard. He does work hard. I can't even knock him on that. On his SATs, he scores 1550 out of 1600. He was in the top 5%, and he got into a prestigious University College of London. He starts majoring in philosophy, and he hopes his college experience is gonna be better than his high school experience. He's like, I'm gonna get so many now. Kids are older now. Like, we're more mature. Maybe they're not going to judge me for my socioeconomic background. Like, that was in boarding school. This is in a university. We are enlightened folks. He severely overestimates college kids. He did make friends, but he's still the kid that can't afford a new pair of shoes. The kid that doesn't even have a car, right? The kid that always has like the little fringes on his sweater. And one day, he's talking to
Oh, can we still be calling them kids if they're not in college, right? Like, we're talking about like young adults now.
friend. And the friend goes, I heard that there's this really rich man in China called Wang Jianlin.
Wang Jianling.
완전히.
I think he's one of the richest men in China. And Wang Sicong is sitting there. And he goes, what did you just say? And he says, yeah, he's like the richest man in China. It's fucking
Is this the first time he's finding out that his dad's like a gazillionaire? Question mark. And he's like, "What? Did you just say my dad's name?" And I'm sitting here in poverty. Well, fake poverty, because he's not that bad off, right? He's getting $250 a month. Though again, if he's getting $250 a month as an adult, that's kind of rough because I feel like trying to live, even as a kid. But I'm assuming you're living at the school. But I guess in college you're living at the school too. But don't you have to pay for that? I don't know. Don't you have to pay for room and board at a college? Does $250 even cover that? Is he actually never mind? Is he actually living off of ramen and whatnot like everyone else? I mean, maybe he actually is just living like everyone else because that's the typical college lifestyle, right? Is to just inhale ramen all day for your entire college life, allegedly. So he's just getting the true experience, right?
crazy.
Okay.
And he goes, huh, is that so? Because I'm about to fucking jump off a bridge right now because that's my fucking dad who has been giving me $250 a month. I've been wearing
That's
this
his
stinky
dad.
sweater and you're fucking telling me right now I'm struggle busting it in the UK. Who's the richest man in China? So that's how he woke up a billionaire,
my God.
basically. Yeah.
What? I did not know any of this.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Don't we all dream of that one day?
Oh, that'd be great.
I mean, I'm hoping for it. Like, I know my mom lives upstairs, but I'm hoping for her
One
to knock
day.
on the door and be like, hey, I was just joking. Like, I'm a billionaire.
Hey, I have a secret. Like,
Yeah.
actually, you're rich.
Yeah. I'm like, okay. Yeah, I wish. Yeah.
my
yeah.
God.
He told his friend, like, that's my dad, right? And his friend was like, no, it ain't. Because he's wearing, like, some not so nice clothes. So he's like, no, it's not. That's not
Is he gonna prove that it is?
your dad. Don't be lying. It was his dad. So what Wang Sicong didn't know is that while he was studying in foreign countries, his dad was building a fortune back home. The Wanda Group, they grew into this massive corporation. They pretty much do everything now. Real estate. They own shares in entertainment companies. They own so much commercial properties. Like, I'm talking second largest owner of all commercial properties in the entire freaking world. The company has been on a bit of a decline in the past couple of years, if you can even really call it a decline, right? But they're still massive. Their assets are valued at around 100 billion US dollars. Their estimated income is about $30 billion annually. The dad was actually very famous for a bunch of interviews he did because he said he had no idea his tiny little real estate company would get this big. In an interview, he said, I was really humble. Like, when I first started this business, I set a tiny little goal. I'm gonna make $150 million and retire. And everyone was like,
Still alive.
yeah. Everyone's like, did you just say tiny little goal? Did you just say tiny little goal? Because people right now are trying to save $150 right now. And you just said you were trying to make $150 million. He said, I thought it was a pretty good goal, like ambitious but tiny. And his hope was he would get to this goal by 70 years old. But then he was like, it was too tiny. I reached it, I smashed it within a few years and it was too early to retire. I was kicking, I still had so much energy. So the guy keeps going and going and going. And by the time Wang graduates college, he is one of the richest men, the richest, wealthiest man in all of China. Do you know how big China is?
The son?
No, the dad.
The dad.
Yeah.
So during another interview recently, a couple years ago, there was another famous saying. He was giving some kind of like advice to someone. Someone's like, oh, what should I do as a business to start a small business? What's the first thing or something like that? And he's saying famously, well, to start that, you should set up a small goal of, in Chinese, if I do the, the conversion, it will be about $13 million. He's basically telling someone, if you want to start something,
Like a
set
small
a small
business?
goal. Set a small goal. Maybe I reach $13 million. And then
I feel like $1 million should be your goal. Should be like your lifetime goal, right? Isn't that everyone's lifetime goal is to somehow make $1 million, or it's even like $1 million over your entire lifespan, honestly. And that's not counting you actually have $1 million once you retire. It's just like all the money you ever made and spent on rent and I don't know, taxes and food and whatnot. Like that all ends up adding up to $1 million or so. Not you retire with $1 million in bank. Like I'm assuming a lot of people would hope they could do that, but I think it's just like most people's goals is like, by the time I retire, I would have made $1 million over my entire lifespan, right?
Go from there. So that was the famous line in China.
Wow.
Everybody now does something with when they do numbers. They're like, how much is this? Oh, that's only a small goal, which is 13 million.
That's small?
Yes.
That's crazy.
And what's funny is, like, if you think about it, to him, that truly is small.
But that's probably like $13.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's, to him, he really thinks it's a tiny goal for someone.
But he was thinking that before he even made $1 billion, though.
No, this was when he's already the richest man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when he was giving advice.
Yeah, we gotta start taking advice from billionaires.
So out of touch, right?
Yeah, they got some weird, wacky advice.
like
either
be
they,
realistic. Come on.
either they're
Yeah, how do you get out of touch when you started off with like no money, all the way into adulthood?
so out of touch like that, or they're trying to be so relatable, it's not relatable. They're like, do what makes you passionate. Shut the up. You were not passionate about making computer chips, were you? Really? That's what you were passionate about? You do that in your free time? So now Wang Sicong was one of the wealthiest scions in China, and you're thinking, wait, his dad was rich all this time, and he didn't know about it. So did he not talk to his parents for like 15 years? Actually, Wang's parents decided to hide the fact that they were rich from Wang.
I mean, it makes sense. It's the only way to do that, right? To try to keep him, I guess, quote unquote, humble, I guess.
Wow, that's
They
crazy.
purposely sent him abroad to a boarding school, gave him a small monthly allowance because their idea was if he doesn't know how rich we are, he's gonna grow up with this frugal mindset, feeling underprivileged, and it's gonna teach him to be more humble, more grateful.
How did that backfire?
It had the complete opposite effect. This guy woke up one morning and he was like, I need to make up for fucking lost time. Okay, do you know how many years I was going around with some raggedy book bags? He starts spending money like it's water. Instead of
Like, how though? Where is he getting the money? Like, is he still only getting $250 a month, or is this like after he's graduated college and he is like potentially full access to their money? Like, how is he just doing this now out of nowhere?
being humble, it's like he starts compensating, overcompensating. He needs to make up for all these lost years of being the richest man alive, or the richest man alive's little son. And it all happened so fast, like a switch was flipped. I imagine it's like winning the lottery, and that's why they say a lot of lottery winners aren't the most responsible. I'm not saying that Wang Sicong is comparable in that sense, because he does have some good business investments under his belt, but it's like that spending.
I don't know. I feel like if I won the lottery, which please let me win the lottery. Granted, I don't do the lottery, so I've never participated in the lottery. But yes, anyways, just magically let me win the lottery, someone who doesn't play the lottery. I wouldn't be good with it, but I wouldn't be bad with it. I would just have a lot of money and wouldn't use it. I would just keep living the same life. Like, I wouldn't be spending it on like random things. It would just be sitting there probably forever. Like, I'm not going to invest it to make more money, is what I'm saying. Like, it won't be used for like making a lot more money, because obviously the thing you should do is invest it, get even more money, and just keep getting more money. But I think I would just like have it sit in a bank account and just have it slowly drain over my lifespan on like bills and stuff, right? Rather than doing any like crazy stuff. Like, I can't be bothered, right? Ain't nobody got time for that, right? So it would just be sitting there as just like currency to be used for bills, not spending it on like cars or anything. Because like I mentioned before, I don't care about cars. In the like Chris Wu section, the Chris Wu video, granted that part of the video had the audio muted for a second. You could still hear me, but I'm pretty sure the video was muted at that point, so people might have skipped that part. But I said I don't really have an affinity for cars, so I'm not going to be buying any cars or fancy clothes, because I don't care about any of that stuff. I don't need them. Again, it would just be to keep living.
You just really wanted to spend. So he goes from wearing the same shoes for 4 years to owning
Don't care about shoes either.
so many shoes that if he wore a new pair of shoes every single day and never repeated it, he would need many years to finish his shoe collection. How do you even find that many cute shoes?
But I feel like he can do that though. I mean, he's a billionaire.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Is this a fake story, or is there a real one where someone was like, I knew a guy that always bought new underwear and he never like washing them? Which is gross. You need to wash them before.
I thought that's Floyd Mayweather.
Floyd Mayweather?
Yeah.
So he just wears it and throws it away, right?
Yeah,
He throws it away?
Yeah, I think so.
No way.
Are they like Target Hanes, or are they like?
No, I think they're like Versace.
Damn.
Yeah. But he washes it when he gets them from the store, right?
I don't know, man. I don't follow him. I just saw like probably a YouTube short somewhere. Like,
Help me. Okay, I love YouTube. I'm a YouTuber. But I'm sitting there, I'm laying in bed watching TikToks, okay? A month later, he's watching that same TikTok, but it's on YouTube Shorts. And he's like, babe, have you seen this? And I'm like, are you on YouTube Shorts
You're a
again?
little slow.
This guy loves YouTube Shorts.
Low-key addicting though.
Yeah. Anyway, he
I am not that person. I'm not sitting. Well, I don't use my phone at all, almost. Compared to like the average person, I use it almost never. There's no reason to be using it, so I'm not the kind of person who gets in bed and just sits there and doom scrolls, right? In bed, I have my phone next to me in case like a call comes in, potentially, but other than that, it's like if I'm getting in bed, I'm going to sleep. I'm not sitting there on my phone playing around. And during the day, I'm not sitting around on my phone playing with it. I usually don't even have it on me, technically. It's just next to me or around. So yeah, like I'm not scrolling through YouTube Shorts. This whole point was to be like I don't watch YouTube Shorts that often unless they are on like something interesting might show up while I'm just happening to look at YouTube on my computer, and I'll click on one of them, maybe.
he wouldn't even go through them in a freaking year. So as soon as Wang Sicong moves back to China after college, he's spending millions of dollars. Millions of dollars. He is single-handedly supporting major economies in China. What's a few million on a car? That's like pocket change. Here are only some of the cars that we know Wang Sicong owns. An Aston Martin, about $400,000, a $400,000 Maserati, a $450,000 Maybach, a $500,000
Oh, the Lamborghini over there.
Ferrari F8, an $800,000 Bentley, a $900,000 Rolls-Royce Wraith, a $900,000 Rolls-Royce Dawn, a $1 million Lamborghini LP700, a Rolls-Royce Cullinan that's like $1.2 million, a Rolls-Royce Phantom that's like nearly $2 million because this guy loves fucking customizing his Rolls-Royces. I don't know what his deal is. He will custom a Rolls-Royce until the day he dies. Anyway, he's got a Bugatti Chiron.
Yeah,
God.
So that's
That's $1 million, bro.
that's more than-
4 million.
So I met the manager of Waldorf
Astoria.
It's like a fancy hotel in Beverly Hills.
Okay.
And Wang Sicong was staying there. So like one morning they woke up and she's the manager of the hotel. So she's like basically that's her client, VIP client that's staying there. And then she woke up one day, Wang was like leaving the hotel and she's like, "Hi, good morning, where are you going?" Wang's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go buy a car." And she was like, "Oh, what car are you buying?" He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go buy a Bugatti."
Wow.
Right.
And what's crazy, he's just visiting here for a few days.
Right.
So basically, he woke up one morning, went to the dealership, bought a $4 million Bugatti, and now they are just basically gonna import that back to China, fly that car on a plane to China, while he also fly back to China.
Bro,
Just like
guy,
that.
This guy's like Batman.
It's kind of insane.
It's great.
Again, like I just do not care about cars outside of like I guess if they were in video games, sure, but in real life I just don't care. And I haven't really played racing games in forever, a million years, so there's no interest there either. Like I said, if I had $1 million or $1 billion, it would not be spent on cars or shoes or clothes or anything. It'd probably just mostly just be bills. And sure, maybe I would get like the crazy thing I would do is get like a VR room, maybe. Like I would get like the best computer you could possibly get at the time, and like just a great computer room, and then maybe two things, like two rooms. One with my computer in it, like just fully decked out as much as I can get it decked out, for doing like, playing video games, doing YouTube. So I probably need two computers. So two computers, because if you're having like the optimal setup for YouTube, for like doing video game stuff on YouTube, you'd have two computers. One computer to play the game, one computer to stream the game, of course, or record the gameplay of the other computer. So yeah, just big computer room with like as much fancy stuff as I could get. That's probably like $10,000 maybe, because like a good computer is like what, $2,000, $3,000. So we're talking about getting two of those, and then plus like a good desk, good chair, bunch of other nonsense in the room. I'm just like rounding up to like 10K. So $10,000 for that room, and then a VR room that's just like nothing but VR cameras, VR setup, and whatever like the best thing you could do for like just a whole room by itself dedicated to VR. I would have that. That's probably like 10K too. So my most spending out of having that much money would probably be like $20,000. Like question mark. Though you need the house too, so probably like a house to have those two rooms in. So however much the house costs, so that's way more than that. And then $20,000 for that stuff, and then the rest of the money is just sitting in the bank for bills. Forever. And the occasional video game here and there. Right? So I would probably be rich for the rest of my life, essentially, because that's what I just said there is basically almost nothing. That's what a drop in the bucket of how much money I would have had at that point. So lottery gods, can you hook me up, please? Anybody with $1 billion out there? You want to give me $1 million? $1 million of that? Also, I just noticed the freaking internet is disconnected. I got to turn that back on. Hold on. There. But yeah, this is. If everybody wants to be my Wang Sicong and hook me up with $1 million, I appreciate it. Thanks.
Crazy, yeah. What kind of life?
And these are just some of his cars, right? Loves customizing him. He even got his first name, Sicong, on the Rolls Royce little headrest, but it's Sicong. I always get confused when you guys do the Chinese to English because I'm like, doesn't read like that to me. And he's like, it's so easy, babe. And I'm like trying to learn, and he's like, no, that's Sicong. And I'm like, okay, I don't know how it
doesn't
is.
sound like it doesn't even.
Yes.
It's Sicong.
Yes, that's why.
It's Sicong.
I know, but it looks
Sicong.
like Sicong.
That's why for 10 years I've been trying to learn Mandarin, and I'm still stuck on Sutong.
That's so hard.
It's so hard. And this is the worst teacher. He goes, it's easy. I'm like, what about this is easy, huh? Next time you ask me an English question, okay? English is very obviously his second language. And the other day he goes, honey, resume and resume are the same word. I'm like, yes.
Resume.
Did you know they're the same word?
No, they're not. No.
Spell them.
Oh yeah, they are. But they are, but it's different. Like, oh, that is weird.
No, he knows it.
See, you just found out too.
Yeah, that is weird too.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of words like that, but that's just the English language. That's not the same thing. Of like using Romanji. Would you even say Romanji? Would you even use that for Chinese here? Because we're like converting the Chinese into English lettering. Why would we convert the why would you like here, Sitong? Why is a C replacing a T? Like, why is that not a T? 'Cause it sounds like a T sound, but it's pronounced, or it's spelled with a C. So your first thing is to assume it's Sicong, but no, it's Sitong? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Why not change the Romaji to be accurate to letters actually being used right? Doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think he was
Sorry.
typing resume in something, and then he was like, that looks weird. That looks really weird.
That looks like resume.
Yeah. Anyway, Wang Sicong moves back to China after college, and he's famous now because, I mean, just look at the list of things he's buying. He's very famous for being a second-generation stereotypical rich kid just blowing money. In an interview once, the interviewer said, Wang Sicong, you buy supercars like you're buying groceries. Okay, that's crazy. And Wang Sicong goes, correction, I buy more cars than groceries.
Damn.
The interviewer goes, why do you have to buy so many cars? Why do you buy so many shirts?
Damn, dude.
I wear them to wear my shirts. I buy them to drive. Okay.
Dude, that's a pretty good
Bro.
comeback.
Yeah, when am I ever gonna use that comeback?
Like, how can you argue back to that?
Yeah.
Like, what can you say?
It's kind of insane. But to be fair, Wang Sicong was not just sitting on his ass swiping credit cards all day. He also worked.
Wow.
Well, he was, yeah, I mean, like, I'm sure he got it based off skill and merit alone, but he was the chairman of Wanda Group, okay, of his dad's business. And he also founded a few of his own side businesses with Wang Daddy's money, of course, but I guess it still kind of counts. Sometimes his dad just threw him millions of dollars and said, son, do something with this.
No, this was a famous story because it was at the point that Chinese was so flooded with these rich second generations, and people have like a negative undertone about these rich kids that spoil rich, spending money, bad influence. And then Wang Sicong at that point was the dad famously gave him millions of dollars and saying, hey, here, I'm gonna give you some fund and see what you can do with it. It's almost like a test from the dad.
Okay, so what did he do with it? Did he just spend it on nothing, or did he actually make more money? Because obviously that's a test, right? Here's $1 million, quote unquote, small loan of $1 million, and did he use that to make more money, to invest it, whatever, or did he just blow it on a car?
And Wang famously invested instantly within like a year or something. He invested
Oh, okay, so he actually did invest it.
all the money, and a lot of them became very successful. And then all of a sudden, now the whole thing on the internet is like, okay, not only he's rich, not only he buys the girlfriend all these stuff, he's funny or whatever, and he's also smart. Like people's like, whoa,
That's game over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, not only he's already born with a silver spoon, he's also smarter than you and works harder than you. It's game over.
Game over.
No, but he will have a downfall, a small one.
And I think what made him very, very famous was his commentary online.
We're getting there.
Okay.
I'm about to expose all of his commentary. This guy was a stir.
Yeah, he's a talker.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All day,
So he's
every
like
day.
a Conor McGregor.
Yes.
Yeah.
But even worse.
He's
He doesn't
pretty
even
bad.
stay in his own lane. He goes to everyone's
But
lane.
he be Talking business partners of his dad.
Why?
Yeah, we've heard that before, I think. About this dude. I think whatever video, this was probably like a long time ago. I don't know what video it was, but I think she mentioned that he would talk crud about people who are, like she said, a business partner with his father. And just like he just doesn't care. It's just everybody's free game, right? Which that's how it should be. It should be everybody's free game.
Because he don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
Yo, that guy is living life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on the side of everybody is free game. Everybody is not off limits. So, dad's business partners, they're free game.
I'm sorry, but that guy's living life.
He's living a very different human life experience. So he gets all this money and he invests it any way that he wants. And it was like a business gamble that his dad could afford to do because they were billionaires. Because to them, it truly was like pocket money. Surprisingly, like he said, he did really well. He made a lot of decent returns on investing. He even made a live streaming company and an app called Little Panda.
Panda Live.
Yeah, if that sounds familiar, that was the nickname that he had for his high school girlfriend. They never got back together. They never got back together.
I thought he made it because of me.
So even after Wang Sicong found out he was rich, after graduation, she had returned back to China, got married, had kids. But apparently Wang Sicong was maybe still thinking about her years later, because the name of the app. If you think it's wholesome, let me just tell you right now, don't give the guy too much credit. Back to
So is that like a live streaming thing? I assume she meant like something else, not like an app. 'Cause she just says app, so he made a live streaming app? Question mark, and that's called Little Panda. Because I know there's this weird thing in China, I think, of live streamer like rooms. I don't know how to describe it. It's not even like rooms, but it's like a warehouse that a bunch of girls just go into and then like sit in their little cubicle and live stream to try to be like a famous live streamer. I might be able to find it. I'm going to look it up right now and see if I can show you what the heck I'm talking about, but it'll make more sense if you see what I'm saying. That's not really like a good video to show off what I'm talking about. This is someone in this video talking about this stuff. I haven't muted, but this is what I'm talking about. There's like buildings, like there's like a warehouse factory, like this shoveled locations of just women sitting on the ground in front of like a background, quote unquote, with like lights and like the camera and whatnot. And you have like their numbers. You can see. And it's just like literally like live stream factories of just like women here trying to be influencers slash streamers and whatnot. So yeah, like this is what I'm talking about. Like they literally have warehouses of just women sitting down doing live streams. I don't know how they're not seeing the people behind them, since like they're like turned this way facing that way. How is like the camera's not seeing all the other women behind them? But maybe it's like just angled in a way where it's not doing that. I don't know. Just seems weird. Let's go back to the beginning. Like the camera's here, right? But maybe there's cameras here. Maybe this is like a different kind of camera. I don't know. But it's like, how is this looking back here? Wouldn't you see the woman behind you and this woman too? She's actually facing the other way. But yeah, they actually have these streaming factories. So this was the first thing that came to mind when I heard the term that he made some sort of streaming company or whatever. I thought it was one of these just warehouses where they just dump a bunch of women in there and make them live stream. Well, I don't think they make them. I think they go here to live stream because they're like I saw the term looking this up, homeless streamers. And maybe this is what that is also, just people trying to be influencers, just sitting, like living, quote unquote, here in this small space. I wish they were cubicled off, though. Like being just open aired with everybody else behind you feels like it doesn't feel good. I wish there was like walls extending slightly out. You can keep the same size, have them sitting on the ground, whatever, but just give them space in between them. Give them dividers, like. You know what I mean? Like from here to like there, and then like I guess this is this person's camera. I don't know if this is their camera or what, because they're just facing that way. So I don't know like where the divider is. So just here, right, like that, and let's just do this. So they would have like this much divider. Like this would still be wide open, right? But they would at least have this much privacy on the sides of them instead of just being open like that. It just feels weird to have this much space in between all of them, and it's completely open. Like the only wall is like dividing the different sides. Like, how do you get anything done with like people this close to you? They would hear each other, right? On top of possibly seeing each other. It just feels weird. Okay, that was our little tangent on streaming factories, streaming warehouses. I know it's almost like a streaming sweatshop, honestly, is what it kind of looks like.
To his companies though. He also created a gaming company called Invictus Gaming.
Wait.
Invictus? That sounds familiar. What?
They do League.
Oh my god.
They won.
Is it an esports team? Yeah, like I knew Invictus. Yeah, that's an esports team, right? Not that I really care about esports. It's just a familiar sounding name. I just looked up the logo. So yeah, the name sounds familiar, but the logo had not seen that ever. So it's just something I've probably heard in passing when esports are brought up.
Won a bunch of League games.
This was a while ago. Though.
Yes, a while
When I was
ago.
in middle school, I remember that name.
So this is probably his biggest business venture. The company was founded in 2011, but it's still ongoing and he's still the CEO. And he loves gaming. It's probably one of his favorite things to do aside from buying supercars.
And dating influencers.
Yeah.
Again, like the money would just be going to those gaming rooms, which are gonna not top out on that much money. I still have like a bajillion dollars left. So again, you know, cough, cough. If any Wang Sicongs out there wanna hook me up with $1 million, you know, couple million, couple billion, hit me up.
The guy has a lot of time on his hands, honestly. Like, where is he? His gaming setup is always state of the art. He has to have the best computer parts money can buy. Can you guess how much his computer costs?
50k.
Yeah, 50K. That's a good like estimate. Just because, like I said earlier, like an acceptable computer nowadays would be like 2,000, 3,000, up to like 10K. So if he's like trying to make the most expensive computer, like 50 to 100, I guess she's gonna say something like 100,000, but maybe like $1 million. Maybe he's putting it. Maybe it's gold plated or something, right? Though I feel like the gold would melt from the heat from the thing, so it doesn't really seem safe. But I don't know.
100K, I don't know.
A couple $100,000.
Wow.
Yeah, again, like a good computer should be like probably no more than 10K. So I don't know what all that's being spent on. Let me see. Like a quick search on Google. I didn't look too hard. Like the highest they had on the Google Shopping was like 15K. So they do get kind of expensive, but it's at that point like, what are you putting in that computer that make it cost that much? Again, I probably would have like a computer like that's $2,000 or $3,000, somewhere around there. But maybe I should be splurging and going for like a $15,000 computer. So maybe we're gonna end up spending like 50K, I guess, for that computer room plus a VR room together. Like all together, maybe I'll end up spending like 50,000. Still, that's still a drop in the bucket for that $1 million. That cough cough I would like to have, please. Yeah, like 50K. That's not too bad, right? Because that's where the spending stops. There's nothing else to spend money on once you have that stuff. It should last, hopefully, forever. Again, the computer that I'm using is over 10 years old. And it's still like, you know, hanging on by a thread, like duct tape and paper clips and gum. Like, I mean, not literally, but figuratively is holding on with duct tape, paper clips and gum. But it's still being used, so might be just a case of they don't make them how they used to, right? And that's why my computer is still okay. I mean, it's okay relatively, right? Because I had to replace the power supply. The CPU fan's broken, so I have fans blowing into it. Like right now, I have the side panel taken off and a fan blowing on the inside. So I mean, it's falling apart, but it still works. It still gets the job done at the end of the day, technically. Only because of like how many hoops I'm jumping through to do all this stuff constantly. So a lot of that is just me being forced into figuring things out to make this work, make YouTube work, because the computer is just so old and busted. It would have been old and busted like 10 years ago, because even 10, I said it before, whenever I bring up my computer, it was not a good computer 10 years ago. So you can only assume now it was already outdated then. Now it's basically prehistoric at this point. And I really need a new one, but they just cost too much money. So that's not going to happen. Granted, if I probably spent how much money I spent on this on a computer now, it would probably be a better computer. If I just like respent how much I spent on this now, it'd still be okay, I think. But just don't have that kind of money.
He literally has the best gaming computer in all of Asia. And in an interview, he was asked, like, what's your criteria for a good gaming computer?
Yeah, like what do you have in there? You got like, what does it even look like to have that much money spent? It was a couple $100,000, right? Like maybe it somehow can use 2 CPUs, 2 GPUs. 2 GPUs is kind of normal. Like how much RAM slots in there? Like I need to see the specs of this thing. Like what is the specs? Do you just have like some monstrosity amalgamation that just has slots for like 50 graphics cards, 50 CPUs, a million RAM? Maybe it's even using like multiple motherboards. Like even though that sounds crazy, I'm just like, how do you fit so much money into this thing? Like a 50,000 hard drives, a handful of power supplies. I mean, you probably need a lot of power supplies to power this thing. How much power actually is this thing using if it's the most powerful computer? Is he wasting all the energy in China on this computer?
And he said, no criteria. I just want the most expensive and the best one.
Okay, so it might not even be that the best computer. It's just he's just like, I want the best computer, the most expensive computer that is possible to be bought. And like some random person's like, oh, we have the most expensive computer, and it is also the best. Believe us, for sure, it is the best computer that you can get with money, for sure. And it probably might not even be the best thing.
Fair enough. Fair enough. What do I know, right? So because Wang loves gaming so much, it made sense that he starts a gaming company, which this is what they do. They put together teams of players who love playing competitive video games, esports. They participate in these huge worldwide gaming competitions, and he had a bunch of different like game teams like Warcraft, Dota 2, but his most popular one were his League of Legends players. Like their team was, listen, League players take the game very seriously. These are people who...
Yeah, that's the only thing they do all day, every day is play League. Because it's basically their job, right? They're spending like all day playing League, and by all day, I mean like you say if they're using it like a job or doing it like a job, it's like what 8 hours or 10 hours? No, I mean like they wake up, they sit at their computer playing League for like I don't know 17 hours or something straight, nonstop, no breaks, or maybe even longer than that. I mean, it's give or take, right? And then go to bed, then wake up and play League for, X amount of hours, and just keep doing that. Also, once again, the internet has been disconnected. Got to unplug that again. Yeah, like when I say that, I mean like every day, literally every day, they're just sitting there for 10+ hours at the computer, just playing League, trying to be the best.
Play. It's like, it's life. League is life, So they're really intense about it. There's a ranking system in the game, and people will literally lose sleep if they come down a rank. They'll skip meals, they'll lose human connections just to grind it out in that game.
Do you play League?
No,
Never?
I used to. It got more.
I think Andrew used to play League.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think Andrew used to play Dota or something.
Yeah. So if you're insanely good at the game, companies like Invictus will call you up, ask you to be in their team, and then you get to play with other professional teams. And because the game is so popular, the prizes are like, no joke. Professional League players make around $300,000 a year. Yes, and that's just like their base salary. If you're
Him looking, like thinking about, maybe I should go play League again. Like that's the look he's giving the camera right now. I need to change like my lifestyle. That's what's going through his head. League's toxic. Don't play League. I've played a lot of League in my life. I haven't played it recently, and that's mainly because I can't. I don't want to play it on my computer directly because it is a literal potato. As I just talked about earlier, it is, again, hanging on by a thread. But I don't like playing any games on my computer. I use GeForce Now to play games on my computer, which if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's like, I explain this so often, it's like I'm tired of explaining it. I just assume nobody knows what I'm talking about when I talk about GeForce Now. But it's a cloud gaming service. Like if you know what Netflix is or any streaming service, Netflix, Hulu, yada yada yada, it's the same thing but for video games. A computer somewhere in the world is playing the video game. They boot up the game on that computer. That's the supercomputer, and then they stream the footage of the game to you with control of the game. So the game's not being played on a computer. You're watching a video, but you have control of that video with your computer or your tablet or your phone, because you can play GeForce Now on your tablet or phone. So you don't even need a computer. You can just play these games on your tablet. So it means you can just play this stuff on a potato, and that's what I typically do. It's also why I haven't been able to play anything on my computer lately, because my internet is not cooperating, and GeForce Now doesn't run well. Because like everything is just like going bad for me right now. But anyways, I don't know how we got on the tangent of talking about GeForce Now. How did we get here? Oh, I remember the League stuff. League of Legends used to be on GeForce Now, so I could have played it on GeForce Now. The problem / miracle, depending on how you look at it, is that League changed how their security for the game worked. They changed to, so I forget what it's called. That'd be like Titan or something. I don't remember what it is, but they have some sort of anti-cheat security in the game that does not allow virtual machines or anything like that. It's very evasive anti-cheat that gets on your computer on the kernel level, which you don't know what I'm talking about. You'd have to know. It's just assume that what I mean by that is that it's hooks into your computer at the deepest parts of your computer. Very evasive, but that's just kind of how these things have to go. Because like cheats get more invasive, then the anti-cheats have to get more invasive, and it's just like they just dig deeper and deeper into your computer, right? But GeForce Now is technically a virtual machine, so that means it can't play any games that use said anti-cheat, I think. It's kind of considered as a virtual machine. Thus, I can't play League, because they removed League once they switched over to that anti-cheat. Which, again, you can consider that a miracle, because if you don't understand, there is like a lot of stigma behind League of Legends being a really toxic game, a trash game, etc., etc. If you play League, you're a loser, yada yada yada.
Your team is really good and you guys keep winning, you get bonuses for every win. The highest paid League player in the world, I believe, as of now, is Lee Sang-hyuk, South Korean.
Yeah.
His
Wow.
nickname
I feel like I've seen this guy before. Is a familiar looking face enough?
on the game is Faker, and literally everyone who
Oh,
plays
because it's Faker. She didn't use his moniker. She used his real name. Yeah, everybody knows who Faker is.
League has at least heard of the guy. Some people call him the best player in the world. I think he's made like millions of dollars off of it. Millions of dollars.
My
off.
toxic trait is thinking I could be a league player.
Yeah, I think people think they could do that, but like, do you really want to sit in front of a computer, like stressing out over playing a video game for like 10 hours a day? Because it's not, again, it's not like you're taking it like a part-time job or like a full-time job, which you have like a set amount of hours a week, like 40 hours a week, a couple days off. Like, no, you're waking up, you're sitting at that computer playing this game for your entire waking day, and then going to sleep and then doing it the next day, the next day, the next day, the next day, no breaks, right? It's probably a miserable existence.
You know,
On top of playing the game being miserable, just having to only do that all day, it would be miserable. But the fact that the game itself is a miserable experience on top of that is just like, oof.
know what's funny? Because that's Wang Sicong's toxic trait.
So it was bad.
Yeah, Wang was like, I could probably do it. I mean, he loves playing games. He owns the gaming company. He was like, I want to play with you guys. So he goes up to his League players one day. And he's like, I want to play with you guys. Let's just play a friendly battle, right? What is the team going to say? No, boss. Not today.
Sure,
We're
come in,
busy.
boss.
So they're like, yes, okay, let's play, right? What are they going to do? Kill their boss?
Wait, so they just let him win.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh my god.
And this billionaire boy's sitting there like, I'm f***ing good. The f***? Like, why am I paying y'all?
Yo.
I'm so f***ing good, okay?
Okay.
Like, keep in mind, these are players who won several championships. At this point, Wang had made over $8 million off this team, so they're really f***ing good. And he plays for shits and giggles in between his dates with a series of influencers and between his supercar purchasing. He plays League, like, once in a while, right? He's like, I want to go to the next championship game with you guys. What are you going to say to your boss, billionaire? Okay. So he makes himself a player, and in the summer of 2018, they go to the championships, or like the series game. He's 30. In the summer of
Okay, I don't. You didn't have to throw him under the bus like that, saying that he's 30. Come on, man. That was a low blow. Who cares? He's. I mean, just because he's 30 doesn't mean anything. It doesn't matter. It's not like he has to be physically fit or anything. You can play video games and be really good at them at any age. There's like that old man. I don't know if anyone's seen him before. I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of people don't here who are watching this stuff don't really care about video games, but obviously I have a lot of knowledge on this. There's a guy who shows up from time to time in like shorts or like just videos or whatnot, who is like clearly an old man, like he's a senior citizen, and he's like playing like Call of Duty or like Battlefield or something, some sort of military game, military shooter, and he's just like landing these MLG, which if you don't know what I mean by MLG, it's a term I use that nobody uses anymore, so it might as well be a term that is just for me. So when you hear it, just think of me when you hear the term, because nobody uses this term anymore. MLG stands for Major League Gaming, but you can, it's kind of, the way I'm using it is kind of slangified, if you want to call it that. Is being misused for jokes. When you say something is MLG, it's just saying, you're saying it's like, it's hard to describe without just understanding from the get-go what I'm saying. It's just like professional is a good like watered down version of what I'm saying. So if he's saying something's MLG, it's professional. That's a professional play. That's a really good play, etc., etc. If that makes sense. So he does these MLG plays on these shorts or whatever, just like landing a headshot from like a literal in-game mile away, and he just gets it. And the thing is that he was a sniper, I think, in the military, in like real life military, and that somehow translates to playing video games where he can just snipe a guy, assuming the physics are accurate to real life in the video game. He can just snipe a guy from miles away, and he just lands it every time, just back to back to back to back. And yet he's like a senior citizen, but it's mostly because of he was doing this stuff in real life when he was younger, I'm assuming. But so it's like age does not correlate to I guess being good at games. It's just there is a minimal amount to that, because if you're a kid, you just have the energy and just possibly you might be a bit sharper, I guess. But just because I'm just saying, just because he's 30 doesn't mean that's why he sucks. We didn't have to go on that big tangent, but we actually have a lot to talk about today because we're talking about video games, and I can easily talk about that. Since this channel technically has like always been like a gaming channel for the longest time. It technically is a channel for whatever the heck I want to do, but most of the content here is gaming.
2018, they go to the champion.
I wanted to see this picture too. I'm assuming that's Sitong. We got 0-0. Invictus 27. We can't see what IG is doing. Is it Victus name or Invictus? I actually don't know which side's which. I don't know if it's Invictus or just Victus.
Championships are like the series game. He's 30. And he was very ambitious because he chose to play the game. The position he chose was ADC,
which is the hardest to do. ADC stands for attack, damage, carry. It's just I probably shouldn't explain it because she's probably not going to explain it herself. But it's just assume it's a hard role to play because it's your job to win the game. Kind of, it's your job to just go off and be able to like instantly kill a lot of people.
It's like attack, damage, carry. It's like a really
She actually explained the definition.
hard position. It's a strong hitting position. Apparently, it's one of the most important positions. And he was like,
Yeah, because like what they can get away with is kind of crazy. You have the ADC, you have support, you have mid laner, top lane, and jungle. That's what would be the lanes for this, which probably is just like nonsense to anybody who's watching who doesn't know anything about games. But
You know what it is, then?
Yeah, it's basically they usually have like, long range. They're long range.
so you would say this is one of the harder positions, or like
Oh
important?
yeah. When team is losing, you can still win if the carry is good.
yeah, because like they can just instantly kill any of the other enemy teams. Maybe like a tank, but like even like the tanks, because they just do a lot of damage and the range instead of melee. So yeah, like if the carry's good, they could literally carry the game for you.
Wow.
Yes.
Am I toxic trait? I want to be that one.
But why would they say? Why can't they be honest? Like, is he the type of guy to fire people? Like,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, for sure.
Wait, you
Like I said, that's why he was allowed to get away with this. Let me guess, he went like 0 and like 50, like just died like 50 times. Lost them the game, and they're like, okay, maybe I should not be doing this.
don't know what the culture is like.
Yeah. He definitely would fire their asses. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So he's ADC and he's supposed to carry the whole team, but the team ends up having to carry Wang because he kept dying throughout the game, giving the
Okay, I mean that makes sense, but like, is the team good enough to like just still win despite having basically a 4v5? Because it's 5 people versus 5 people, so they're essentially playing a 4 versus 5 in this scenario. But you can kind of use that to your advantage because like the enemy team would understand like, oh wait, this guy's the weakest link. We need to keep going after him, and they could just use him as bait to like get a 1-up on the enemy team at that point because they know like he is without a doubt the weakest link, and the enemy team knows that. So everybody knows that. So everyone's going to try to abuse that on both sides.
other team a massive advantage because when you die, you're not out of the game. You just have to wait for a minute or two while you respawn, but the other opponents, they get in-game money so they can use that to buy upgrades. So their leverage just keeps increasing every time you die. And he just kept dying, but somehow his team pulled it together and they won. With
Damn.
no help of Wang. No thanks
I hate
to
those
Wang.
teammates.
So somehow they won. And I guess he was embarrassed because immediately after, he announced that he was retiring from professional hockey. Which is kind of fucking annoying because if you look up some of the best records in League of Legends, Wang Sicong is there because he has like an 100% success rate.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, because he played one game, his team carried him, and then he just dipped.
That's one.
He got one win and that's it. No losses. Not a single loss to his name. Yeah, you would think that he's the best gamer to exist if you just look at the success rates. But anyway, Wang figures out he's not cut out to be a professional gamer. So he's just sitting back. Oh, let me show you these pics. This is what he looks like. He's kind of a goofy dude. Like, it's so goofy. I don't even. So this is what he does now. Just eating pastries.
No way. That's
Just inhaling. I thought it was a hot dog. But like, how do you inhale she's a pastry like that? Like, again, how do you just get away with just inhaling like that?
This is him watching the game.
that's him.
That's him.
You sure that's not a hot dog?
Yeah, so that he made that was a meme that went viral.
Yeah, just.
Like he's shoving a hot dog down his throat like
And I'm telling you right now, the girth of that hot dog, that's kind of impressive what he's doing.
Well, I did not expect him to be like this.
Yeah, he liked
just
it.
seems like a regular guy.
I love it when billionaires are so relatable, you know? Okay.
I mean, he technically was just a regular guy for, what, like 20 years of his life, give or take? So more than 2/3 of his life, because he's only 30, he was a normal dude. So those normal dude traits might still be hanging around. It makes sense, like he's playing video games, inhaling a hot dog down your throat, and stuff like that. So I'm pretty sure that's why he is like that. Because again, like 20 years of his life was spent being quote unquote humbled.
I love it. So shortly after stuffing his throat with some crispy, juicy, deep fried, creamy goodness, he turns around and he sees someone in the audience holding up this sign.
What? I can't tell. It just looks like letters, like IGWXZ, like what? And then some kanji.
This is his gamer ID.
Oh.
Holding up this sign. And it's like this cute, wholesome moment because look at him. He's so happy. He takes
Oh, he
the
kind
sign.
of looks adorable.
Like he takes the sign. It's his main character. This is the memification of Wang Sicong. Like this is the
Wait, what's going on there? I'll be right back, I guess, because this froze. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I think the internet just gave out without actually telling me that it gave out. So I had to just unplug it again.
It's his main character. This is the memification of Wang Sicong. Like this is the meme time of his career. And then there's another one where all the league players on his team, they win. And he's trying to get them a hug, but they're so busy hugging each other, no one recognizes him. And he becomes a meme. It becomes a give me a hug meme. Yeah, it's the where's my hug meme. But anyway, because his team won the game, Wang wanted to thank them by giving away a custom Aston Martin, and this one had Invictus Gaming engraved to the steps of the car, and it had all the players' signatures engraved on the leather seats. The car itself cost like $500,000, and customizing it would cost another $260,000.
So who keeps the car?
So Wang was gonna give it away to one of the members, like a raffle of his gaming
That's
team,
not
right?
good.
Yeah, that's kind of cheap. Come
It's
on.
cheap, and it gets even cheaper because the person who won the car immediately re-gifted it to Wang Sicong for his 31st birthday. So people thought it was
What
like a
kind
PR
of
stunt.
gifting is that?
That's what I'm saying. People thought it was all fake.
I'm pretty sure like the maintenance on these cars is very expensive, so it's not worth keeping the car, if I'm going to be honest. I don't know if she said that. I wasn't like focused hard enough to see if she said the maintenance cost of these things, but these expensive cars require a lot of money to be wasted and spent on them. Like just owning them, like the first step of owning them, I was like, oh yeah, I spent all this money on it. I finally have it. Like, no, you're going to be spending a lot of money on that car every month or so, I think. That's how it works. There might even be like subscriptions. Like I know these car companies are trying to get you to pay them a subscription every month too. So on top of all that, the maintenance fee of these things every month, you're possibly having to pay a subscription for stuff that's inside the car. So it's not worth owning one of these unless you are a person who is a millionaire slash billionaire. And these esports players are not that. So obviously the best thing to do would be to sell it, to give it away. So giving it back to Sotong makes sense if we're going to be like logical about it, because they probably didn't have enough money to keep owning the thing.
That was so weird.
That's
Yeah.
weird. I mean,
That's
he's
so-
$100 billion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, either give it to him or, I mean, give it to everyone or don't give it to
Yeah,
anyone.
That was weird. Yeah, I don't know about that.
Seems kind of fishy, no? Like imagine if Mr. Beast gifted someone a Tesla, and the person is like, you keep it, Mr. Beast. You need it more than I do. Like,
No way.
yeah, exactly. So it's all weird and wild. But let's get into the meat of the story. We're not even in the sauce of the lasagna
Was this before Mr. Beast got thrown under the bus? Or after? Like before he got canceled?
yet. Like, we're not even into why we're talking about this guy. You probably noticed that Wang Sicong is a little cocky. We have barely scratched the surface of this guy. Wang
What are we talking
Sicong,
about here?
Wang Sicong's nickname is Wang Doo-doo.
Do we?
D-U-I.
One do it.
She said do we?
Yeah, do. One do it.
Wang Dui, which means like diss. Dui means diss, right?
This.
Like
yeah.
you're
So
talking
it's
on
like
someone.
one this.
Oh.
Yeah, so he's like the professional disser because he really likes fucking shit talking online. And no one can figure out if this guy is genuinely unhinged or if he's trolling or if he's so rich that he's so bored. Like,
He might be bored, but I think people, if I'm getting like a read on this guy, I feel like he's just a billionaire who started off as like an average millennial man, question mark. He's just doing normal millennial nonsense, playing video games, trash talking online. It's like a lot of people are doing that right now that are his age. It's just they don't have $1 billion, but it's like the fact that he's $1 billion, everybody thinks he's crazy. But like he's just doing what his peers are also doing. He's literally just acting the same way his peers are acting. Well, some of his peers.
like it's confusing. Some people who follow Wang on Douyin said that he has like 30 million followers on there at one point. They just follow him to keep up with the drama.
Douyin or Weibo?
Douyin and Weibo.
Oh.
He was constantly banned from both. He would have to get banned and then reinstated and then yeah.
Oh my god.
His Weibo account was restricted like more times than I can count. It's insane. Which Weibo is like the Chinese version of Twitter. Like every other month, it would get restricted, okay? And he did not hold back on anyone. One time he tweeted, CNMLGB, motherfucker. I don't know what that means.
CM?
CNMLGB.
Oh,
What does that mean?
What?
basically mother mom or something like that.
Damn,
mom.
this guy's talking to the next level.
Bruh. And then he said, Changsha's Wanda Hotel is the most stupid hotel I've lived in, and it's fucking opened by my own family. Amazing.
So there's that amalgamation of words. His father later posted, Wang Sicong is the dumbest rich kid I've ever seen, and it's my own freaking kid. Amazing. I don't know, they're kind of goofing together, right? It kind of feels like they're being goofy together. I mean, that's a acceptable response, I feel like, from the dad. If they're genuinely goofing with each other.
Talking about wow.
Bro,
He's his own business.
Dang, he really doesn't give a.
bro. Which, like, what are you doing? I kind of like it. It's confusing. Are you unhinged or are you like a self-aware king? I don't understand.
Your father posted his schedule today. He woke up at 4 a.m. for an interview. It must be very hard for him. Not like what? Oh, that went way too far. Must be hard for him. It's not like that every day. It's only that day. So they posted that day's schedule. Don't trust those inspirational nonsense.
Probably more unhinged. If he had just stuck to dissing his own multi-billion-dollar corporation, I think everyone would stand the guy. But his favorite hobby, unfortunately, was dissing Chinese actresses for no reason. This whole thing reminds me of getting shot while laying down. Do you know that theory? It's like you're laying flat on the ground and someone just walks in and it's like, you know what? Boom. Like, I wasn't even doing anything, sir. Like, it's like a saying, right?
Ah, okay.
It's a
okay.
Chinese saying. It's like you're laying down and he's still getting shot.
Like, I did nothing. I wasn't even looking at you. We didn't even have a conversation. Like,
Right.
what is happening right now, right? These people have nothing to do with him. They don't even know the guy personally. And he's out there coming for their necks for no freaking reason. He did it so often, they nicknamed him the entertainment industry's disciplinary.
Yes.
Yeah. For example, after the 2018 Chinese Film Festival, Wang tweeted, you know, I think celebrities and actors are completely different. Here's a list of people that I think are actors. And then he lists them. And then he says, but celebrities are different. They're like red carpet celebrities, like, you know, Fan Bingbing, something Bingbing.
Bing Chen.
That's what he was saying.
Yeah.
And something you. Other than not being able to act and having no notable films, the reason why they're famous is purely due to celebrity gossip and hype.
Damn.
Fan Bingbing, a huge A-list actress who was recently canceled from massive tax evasion, but she's coming back. She was at the Oscars. She looked incredible at the Oscars.
What are we talking about?
Was recently canceled from massive tax evasion, but she's coming back.
No,
Act and having no notable films. The reason why they're famous is purely due to celebrity gossip and hype.
Damn.
Fan Bingbing, a huge A-list actress who was recently canceled from massive tax evasion, but she's coming back. She was at the Oscars.
Okay, so just talking about someone random, not the person from yesterday, because obviously tax evasion just seems to be like the number one thing that these celebrities are doing over there. Like, what is with the constant tax evasion? I mean, I guess that's just like every celebrity that has a lot of money, right? It's just constant tax evasion. But as we heard yesterday, China doesn't play with tax evasion, and they will erase you from existence. So how is this person not erased from existence? Question mark. If they were doing tax evasion.
She looked incredible at the Oscars. I kind of stand her. Look at her. She looks so good. Yeah, right here. Do you see her?
Yeah,
She looks good.
looks beautiful.
Exactly. Yeah, so she's making a comeback. And she responded to his tweet with her own and said, you can go back to daddy and I'll go back to doing my job. Both of us are making progress here.
Is he gonna respond to that?
The other actress that he was talking about said, you care too much. Tweeted back at him, you care too much. Of course, Wang did not let that slide. He commented
Yeah, that's what I thought. He's gonna go in.
back, don't take it personally. And then a few hours, I guess he was thinking about it in his Rolls Royce, he tweets again. Now that I think about it, I think she wanted to say, your rod is so big. Okay, so the word rod is like a play on words apparently in Mandarin. The character can mean two things. One is to care or to supervise, and the other one means like a tube or a rod. So it's like a play on words. And Chinese netizens were like, oh my God, come on, grow up, dude. You're a man, keep your mouth clean. Like, this is beneath us. Where are your morals? He was loving the attention.
I mean,
He loved it. He didn't let it go. Instead, he bought a domain. The domain is called chaoshabi.com.
it's laughing, but we don't know the joke. What's the joke?
Honey, you can't just cuss in Chinese
Oh,
with a
that's,
straight
oh,
face.
that's a cuss?
That's a cuss.
Yeah.
What does it mean?
I didn't know what it meant.
It's like dumb idiot or something.
Chow,
Chill, then chill.
Why is it not censored? Does China not care about, like, does YouTube not care about other languages, swear words? It's just strictly English that has to be censored. So I just start doing these videos in different language? Question mark, is that the secret? Do I actually need to take Duolingo even more seriously and just start doing my videos in Japanese instead? So I don't have to care about censorship from YouTube?
Chill.
I thought it was like someone's name.
No, chill.
I'm gonna say that now.
I can't wait to go upstairs and go, hi, Tiffany, ciao, Shabby.
Oh my god.
Chill.
No, don't do that.
And when you click on it, it lands you on one of the actress's Weibo pages.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're a little petty, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was some big pettiness. So I was going to say, beat me to it though. But yeah, literally bought a domain about whatever the heck he said it was. The swear was like trash. Let's say trash person. I don't know. And just redirect you to one of the pages. Like that's so petty. That's one of the pettiest things I've ever heard. I feel like.
By the way, domain names are pretty expensive to purchase, and Wang Sicong was like kind of had a kink for domain names. He would randomly purchase domain names, like pay $300,000 for a random domain name.
I mean, he has the money, right? So he can just do whatever he wants.
Yeah, he bought bbb.com for like
BBB.com.
Bath and Beyond. Wait,
4Bs for $300,000.com.
wow.
Now I gotta check out that website.
still alive?
I don't know if
BBB.com.
it's still live. This is like a while ago.
The website is not available. What
It's
the
not
fuck?
working.
And then the guy tried buying WeChat's domain name, paid like $500,000 for it, and then he got sued. WeChat got it back, okay?
Why?
Yeah. Just around. Like, imagine you had so much money you could buy Google.com. And then all of Google is like having a meltdown, and you're like, these corporate losers. Imagine how rich and bored you have to be to stir up over domain names. That's Wang Sicong, basically. He was also bored enough that he created an entire like reality show, a variety show, dedicated to publicly humiliating women. The premise of this show is like a talent show, like X Factor or The Voice, right? You get 240 young women who will come
Yeah, it's like a training camp.
for idols.
Idols.
It's a
Theme.
common theme, yes.
Yeah.
And it would have been okay if that's how he did it, right? Because the audience votes at the end, and the winner they like sign with a record deal or something, and it becomes like they debut as a girl group. The ultimate goal is to make top 5. That is normal. It sounds legitimate, but Wang Sicong basically created it so that he could be a judge and just say the most out of pocket shit on national TV and ruthlessly humiliate these women. At the start of the episode, he announced.
Isn't that just what's his name? God, I haven't had to think about him or say his name in so long that I've forgotten what it is. The guy on is it? It's not America's Got Talent, right? It's something else. It's the other show, the famous one, the other famous one, like the famous one. Is it Simon? I can't remember his last name. It's Simon, right? Simon something. And he just like talks the most trash that you've ever heard in your life. He's just that guy, right? He's just trying to imitate him. Or I guess you could argue like Gordon Ramsay on that show, just talking mad trash all day. Like he's just taking a page out of those kind of shows, right? Just someone is allowed to just say whatever crazy insults that they want to somebody on the TV.
A lot of people think that I have a bad temper because I shit talk a lot of people on Weibo. So the reason why I came onto the show is to clarify that I don't just shit talk on Weibo.
He does it in real life too, is the joke, I'm guessing. But again, I think this is what you get when you allow someone, like this is going to sound crazy, you allow someone to live a unrefined is not the right word, but if you want to use that term, fine, go ahead, unrefined. But this is what you get when you let someone live a normal, humble life, question mark, and then become a billionaire. They just act like a regular dude. Because like I keep telling you, this is just a regular dude. Like I feel like there's so many guys that just act like this, specifically this age. This is just like standard behavior. So like he just happens to have a bunch of money, and he's just acting like a normal guy. So you can take that as like a good thing or a bad thing, but that's just all I'm seeing. I'm just seeing a dude who has $1 billion, billions of dollars.
You'd think that maybe Wang Sicong would be a little bit nicer in person, but he was the opposite. He was a major asshole. He tore into every single contestant. These are just some of his comments. I think you're not.
Well, an average millennial dude, like an older millennial, because he's like slightly older, right? He might be almost like, he's not close to it, but he's like in the range of being, is it Gen X? Is Gen X after, I mean before millennials? I'm not sure. I forget which one's in between or after millennial, but he's almost there, but I think he's a millennial because he's still in his 30s, I think, right now.
The opposite. He was a major asshole. He tore into every single contestant. These are just some of his comments. I think your nostrils are even bigger than your eyes.
Damn.
How do these low-level girls even enter our program?
Wow.
This one's plastic surgery is pretty good. This one's just ugly.
Wow.
Yeah, there was a contestant who was from a province in northeastern China called Dalian.
Dalian.
Dalian. And apparently in northeastern China, people are a little bit taller than other parts of China, right?
Yeah.
And so
Is the guy named Simon Cowell? Is that what it is? I was still thinking about that. I think it's Simon Cowell. Let's go with Simon Cowell. He's just doing that, right? Just maybe cranked up to 11, possibly. He's just doing the Simon Cowell treatment.
women are about 5'4" on average in China, but this contestant was only 4'11". When Wang saw her, he said, oh, usually people from the northeastern province are above 170 centimeters. For your case, you could actually go and try to get a disabled person subsidy.
Yo, this guy.
Wow.
Like, this guy is, like, not just offensive, he's like
Ruthless.
insane. She was so shocked, she didn't even know how to respond. She just kept uncomfortably, also ableist. She just kept uncomfortably smiling and made like a heartbreak gesture with her hands because she was that awkward, but he wasn't done. He said, so you study in Dalian? Why did you choose to study there? And before she could even reply, he goes, oh, I get it. You couldn't get in anywhere else.
Damn.
He gathered a group of women that he thought had ugly clothes on, and he starts going from one to the next. The clothes that you guys are wearing are the ugliest that I've seen in a few years. That little sparkly skirt, do you think it looks good? I think it looks super ugly. I have nothing to say to that. This long dress with a poof, you're not even skinny or tall enough to wear it. And you, what is this? The shimmery thing on the top with the black and red bottom? And it's got words on it. Honestly, what is that? You guys are pretty girls, but these outfits deduct points from all of you.
She's like going off on them. And just another cut there. Gotta keep unplugging. I don't know why I have to unplug the internet so many times a day. It's like so ridiculous.
Gross.
Damn.
I think that originates from like his childhood.
Yeah, okay. That's what people speculate. Like, is this guy traumatized with an inferiority complex of no girl wanting to date him that he's got?
That also could be it. Like, I'm not saying like him trashing these girls is like him being raised like just like as an average person. I'm just saying like a lot of his nonsense just seems to be like it's because he's a normal guy. But this could be from that insecurity from his youth. I was also just going to say, I mean, again, this goes back to being a millennial dude. He possibly was raised up on, Call of Duty, if you know anything about that, or any of those lobbies. I mean, he plays League of Legends, for crying out loud, right? So the toxicity is just there. So I'm assuming he played a lot of video games growing up. That was just constant, just trash talking and swearing and just hearing the most craziest, vulgar stuff that you've ever heard in your life. I feel like a lot of people who possibly are watching this video or watched her original video don't have that kind of context of how those kinds of things worked back in the day. It's just like it was free game. It was the Wild West. You could say whatever the heck you want. Any sort of vulgar stuff, racists, sexist, etc. It was just free game, right? So he possibly could have like got raised up on that. Again, same thing with League. League is just like toxic forever. Even now, it's probably just like a cesspool of just people raging and constantly just wrath, angry people. So some of that probably comes from that, and then on top of the insecurity of being rejected his entire life for being poor.
Gotta like take it out on these girls with his like money. I feel like he should spend some money on therapy instead of making a variety show, but that's just me. What do I know? I'm not a billionaire. So Wang thought that he was like the bee's knees. This guy nicknamed himself. This came from himself. China's national husband.
Oh, that's from him.
Yeah.
I thought it was coined by everyone.
It caught on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He
So
thought
he's literally everybody know him as
National boyfriend.
nation's husband.
Nation's
Yeah.
husband.
Every single woman in China, he believed, wanted to marry him because he was so rich. And he actually, like I said, did have a lot of girlfriends, and most of them were models, influencers, or wealthy socialites. None of them were nearly as rich as Wang, though, because he's like the richest kid of the richest parents in China. But we can only assume, we can only hope that he was not an asshole to them. They don't really talk about it because they got $1 million. So he's
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, none of them have ever said anything bad about him, but he did pay them $1 million, and who knows if that's hush money, but I don't know, maybe he's just like a normal dude. Because again, so far, he's just a normal guy. Maybe some sort of issues, obviously, stemming from being rejected as a kid for being poor, but still, just remove that kind of stuff. He is a normal guy who just happens to have a rich father and didn't like grow up with kind of like the rich mentality in mind, or like the kind of like personality you would get from just having money forever, I guess, which is not to not act the way he's acting.
He's portraying himself online as an asshole, so I'm hoping he's not like that in relationships. I think there were at least like 16 public relationships he was in, and all these women.
I mean, of course, I don't know any of these people. Like maybe she looks familiar from like a different video, but I don't know. I doubt it. I haven't really been paying attention too much to their faces.
They're beautiful.
But yeah, he could just be putting on an act right online and in the public space of being a jerk, being a bad person, which is better than, in my opinion, it's better to pretend to be a bad person but actually be a good person in private or to the people who it matters than pretend to be a good person and then privately be a bad person to everybody around you, right? Like it's better to like subvert people's expectations of you by making them all think you're bad, but like when they actually get to know you, you're actually like a really good person. So you can only hope that's what's happening here. Is that he's just pretending to be the villain, but he isn't actually the villain.
Beautiful. Like, I'm not even gonna name them, but they're really pretty. Wang reportedly gave them extravagant gifts, took them to the fanciest restaurants. He would even buy them cars. Now,
so then that's like what I was saying earlier, which the strategy isn't to break up with him immediately. Like, you get with him, then immediately break up so you get a free million. You want the gifts that come before the final destination, which is $1 million.
now there was a situation that did happen. Okay, one of the girls that he was on a date with, he took to, you know how I said he takes all of them to fancy restaurants? One girl in particular, he was photographed by paparazzi and netizens taking her to eat street food after the club. And this girl did not look like the other influencers. She looked normal, like didn't have that influencer look, right?
Devil's advocate, if she, for arguing that she looks like a normal girl, again, he grew up a normal dude. If this girl looks like a normal girl, maybe she has the same sort of personality of just being a normal girl, and she actually liked this also. Oh my god, why is my internet off again? But yeah, so again, just devil advocate for that scenario is just they're just enjoying the little things in life, question mark, because they're just normal people on the inside.
And everyone said, yeah, well, no wonder he took her to eat street food.
Oh.
And all his pretty
The street food probably is the best like stuff you can get, right? Probably the most delicious, question mark, rather than these fancy restaurants that just serve you nothing, right? Granted, I've never been to a fancy restaurant, but the food typically doesn't look too appetizing. You know, like just like a little ounce of food that they put on a plate, right?
pretty influencer girlfriends were taken to Michelin star restaurants, and they literally
Probably because they're used to it, but maybe she appreciates like the street food more because it's like what she actually likes. Again, I'm just playing devil's advocate because you could just assume that he's a bad guy. Everyone's assuming he's a bad guy, but I'm just playing devil advocate for this scenario because, just for the sake of it, giving an opposite opinion, I think maybe this was just something maybe she wanted. Because it's what she
dragged
likes.
this woman to filth for what?
For filth? I mean, that's insulting to the people who made the food and who worked there. Because you're insulting the people who made the street food. Because again, this might be the best thing you've ever tasted in your life.
What? It's giving pick me energy. But Wang Sicong's real love, like this is a love story at the end of the day. He has a true love. She goes by the name Coco, and they've been living together for years. Like, this is the one love of his life that he dotes on non-stop.
Wow, so he just has Coco, but he's just is dating all these other women at the same time, but Coco's like the one he keeps at home? What? Is that what I'm hearing? Is that what's happening here?
Spoils the shit out of her, like decks her out in Apple, Fendi, Louis Vuitton bags, takes her around the world in private jets. In the summer, it gets so hot in Shanghai, where Wang lives. He'll send Coco to Beijing so that she can enjoy a more mild summer climate, even if it means that they have to be apart. He cares about her that fucking much. He takes her to the best restaurants, spends thousands of dollars a night for fancy dinners, and insists that she should, I don't know, only drink Fiji water? Like, it's crazy. Wang even made a Weibo account for Coco because she's that special, and the world needs to know how wonderful they are and how they're soulmates.
Fiji water? I mean, Fiji's not that expensive, right? Is Fiji supposed to be the best, fanciest water? Fiji's just like a normal brand of water, unless Fiji has what are specifically only for millionaires.
All the women that want to date Wang, they need to know that Coco will always have his heart. On the Weibo, Wang posts about buying Coco all this luxury stuff. He's kind of kinky, so he buys her like dog collars. It's kind of weird.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that maybe that's what she's into. Don't shame.
He even bought her plates that are encrusted with diamonds and they spell out Coco. And the name of the Weibo page is Wang Coco is a bitch. I know it sounds intense, but like the
Again, we're talking about like dog collars, so like, it might just be part of their like kink play. Can we even use that word? Can we use that term on YouTube anymore? Or could we ever have used it? I don't know. But it might just be part of the gag between the two of them. You don't know.
the guy is kind of kinky like that. I guess, I don't know, rich people are kinky and it's weird, right?
Could you argue that everybody has their own kind of kinkiness, question mark? Not just rich people?
Do you want to see what Coco looks like? What do you think she looks like?
Well, just like a regular, like, you know, decent looking, cute.
Well, I don't know. I swear to God, if it's a dog and she's just like hamming this up and then she's like, sorry, I fooled you all. It's just a dog. Because Coco already, like, you've brain rotted me into thinking this is a dog. Because you talk about dog collars, you're talking about like using the B word, which YouTube doesn't want you to use. So he's calling her a female dog. We're buying dog collars. We have plates. I'm assuming the plates was supposed to be also like a dog reference. She's Coco is her name, possibly nickname. Coco, I would argue, is like a dog name. You can get away with calling a dog Coco. And that's confirmation bias because we talked about all this other dog stuff. If she didn't like talk about all the other dog stuff, I wouldn't have assumed like Coco as like a dog name, like a pet name. But the fact that she added all that stuff to that makes me feel like she's about to show him a picture of a dog.
Girl?
Looks like a nice girl, like girl next door look. This is Coco.
What did I say? What did I say? It is a dog. If you're listening to this and not watching, she put up a picture of a dog.
It's a dog.
Yeah, it's a dog.
By the way,
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's adorable though.
it's adorable.
Yeah, because it doesn't make sense that he just has a girl with him at all times, but still is dating all these other ones, and everybody just knows that he keeps her at home. But I mean, that's fine. He loves his dog, right? Like her being, like that's what I was saying. Her using the word kinky was just a red herring. Like she was trying to trick us. Which good thing I figured that out before she actually showed the picture of the dog.
Adorable, but he has a new favorite now. It's one of those the short leg.
Corgi?
Yes, he loves his corgi now.
Coco's living the life. She has a diamond encrusted water bowl. She only drinks Fiji water.
So that's why we say Fiji water. Cause like, what do you mean only Fiji? Fiji is like a basic water brand? Question mark. It's just because it's for the dog. That's why.
Wang does shuffle her around the country on private jets. He actually buys iPhones and Apple Watches for her. He got her 2 Apple Watches, one for each front paw. Oh my God. Yeah.
What does the dog even do?
That
with
was viral in China.
He wanted to get 4, but he thought, that's kind of trashy. It's like a little too much consumerism, you know? There's pictures of the food that he buys for Coco. This is like human grade. I don't even eat this type of good food. You know?
Are you sure about that, Stephanie? Be so many mukbangs, you seem to be eating the best of the best, in my opinion. Like, I would love to eat this stuff. I've never had whatever she's eating right now. I'm pretty sure in any of these videos. I never had like a deep dish pizza. Is what that one of those videos was. Like, I wish I could have like a proper deep dish pizza pie, which is what that was. I haven't had like an actual deep dish pie before. I've had deep dish pizza, stuff that claims to be deep dish. I love deep dish, though. I haven't had just like an inch or two like deep pizza before. Whatever this chicken is, haven't had that before. I don't know what this yellow stuff is. This looks like eggs. I don't know if that is eggs. But yeah, I have not had this weird chicken sandwich. It's like a chicken with like toppings in the middle, or not toppings, but like inserts in the middle, like cheese or something, and then like another piece of chicken on the bottom. I feel like KFC. We're talking about KFC, I think, is what this stuff is from. Did they make a chicken sandwich that was just like the bread, where the bread would be, was just chicken? Is that what this is? Oh yeah, all the food that she's eating every day is like stuff that I could not dream of eating. So, I don't know, Stephanie. I feel like you are living the dream for food.
You know what this reminds me of? When you see a really rich person and they pamper their dog and you're like, I wish I was their dog.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, that's it. At least he seems to potentially really love this dog. This dog is like living the best possible existence this time around.
you know the dog photo that he posted? So basically, he fly his dog on the plane, right?
Yeah.
So he posted the photo, and people was commenting. Like one of his friends was like, "Oh, did you pay tickets for your dog to have that seat?" He was like, "What are you talking about? It's my plane."
Bruh, he probably texted his friend, will you text me, comment this so I can come with you? Because who comments that? No?
Oh my god. This guy has like a huge ego. Do you think all rich people have ego or no?
Yeah.
Really?
I think all people have egos.
Right, but like to this extent?
Oh, no. This is kind of crazy.
Yeah, he is definitely something.
This is like billionaire ego.
He's like a character.
Yeah.
Something.
He's the main character.
It's really hard to tell how much of it is for show. I think that's why people are kind of conflicted about him. He also spent like $30,000 to build her own personal space in the house. He throws her lavish birthday parties every year. Yeah, it's kind of crazy for her and her best doggo friends. There's
Who do these friends belong to? Like, who are her friends? Is it other dogs that he owns, or is it like dogs of his friends that he knows, or just people that he knows? They just come over and just because they want to go to this dog's birthday party because they know there's going to be all this, like possibly I would assume good food and possibly, pun intended, doggy bags to take home with them and whatnot, the goodie bags.
one picture of her in front of all of her birthday cakes and she's yawning. And everyone was like, really? Really? She probably got like tens of thousands of dollars worth of gifts. And she's like, boring. This is fucking lame, Wang Sicong, get it together. Coco's personal dog sitter is one of Wang's exes. It's rumored that one time Zhang threw herself in front of a beer bottle to protect Wang. I don't know why there was a beer bottle just projectiling at his face. The bottle hit her on the face, cut her eyebrow, and it led to her losing her modeling contract. So to make it up to her, Wang hired her to be Coco's personal dog sitter.
Wow.
So every day she has to walk Coco for 4 hours.
What?
And then
4 hours? Is that like... That's a lot of walking.
bathe her and comb her fur, and that's her full-time job.
Dang, and she probably gets what, like 100K?
Probably a lot more. One day, she takes Coco out for a walk, and she comes back a few hours later, but Coco is not there. He's like, where's Coco? The leash broke. She ran off. Coco's missing. Immediately, the guy gets on Weibo, and he tweets, Coco went missing after going on a walk with our babysitter. I'm looking for my daughter. Those who can provide accurate and validated clues to help find Coco will be rewarded with $150,000. If Coco is dead, I will kill you.
Oh my.
Yes, he's one of those. Like, usually these would be like reserved for like dog moms, like that refer to their not dog moms, but like animal moms, dog moms, cat moms that refer to their animals as like their child, like daughter and son. Is that he's become one of those. He's like referring to this dog as his daughter.
My God. Like publicly.
Yes.
Like cops can see that.
Bro, it got so bad. Her disappearance made national news. They were like, where is Coco? Where's Coco? The entire country was looking for Coco. People were tweeting, quitting my job right now to look for Coco. They tweeted, if I find Coco, I'll never have to work again.
I mean, it's kind of true, right?
A few days later, Coco was found and Wang Sicong tweeted, get to work, guys, stop daydreaming.
Yo, that's like a huge finesse.
This guy is fucking insane.
Oh my God.
Like, what?
And no one's gonna help him next time.
Bro.
Oh, they will.
Yeah. That was
Does everybody love this guy? Because I feel like everyone in the comments loves this guy. It feels like that's the narrative that people were trying to get me to believe before we finally started talking about him. I don't know. I don't know. I kind of like him. Hopefully that's the narrative, because I don't know. I think I might be on the Wang Sicong train.
wasn't the only time that netizens were hoping to get rich off of Wang Sicong. So Wang Sicong got into a public fight once. Okay, he was out
Public fight? What do you mean by public? A fist fight or just arguing?
one day, minding his own business like a billionaire does. And he sees this random dude on his phone. And he just thinks that this dude is filming him. He's like, hey man, stop recording me. Let's call this guy Chen. Chen is like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not recording you. But Wang kept getting angry and saying, stop recording me. I know you're f***ing recording me.
I feel like this is staged. This feels staged.
Wang got so angry that he jumped Chen. He started hitting him. Not just Wang, but 3 of his not billionaire friends, but his friends. So this billionaire basically jumped a random pedestrian with his rich buddies.
Isn't he going to get GL time, question mark, or fine, sued, question mark? I'm assuming this isn't a staged event. are people going to be like, oh, I know how to milk money out of Sotong, pretend to film him so that he beats me up, and then I can get some money. Is that the narrative we're writing now?
They're all hitting and kicking Chen, who ended up with a broken nose and 2 black eyes.
Okay, so he actually got beat up.
Yeah.
Bro, this guy has.
And then?
The witnesses called the police. Chen had those injuries. It could have been worse. Wang Sicong was detained for 7 days, and the police had grounds to charge him with assault, but they settled. Wang reportedly paid Chen $300,000 as a settlement, and the internet all tweeted, "Sitong, I beg you, please hit me as well."
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Everybody's like, okay, like please beat me up.
I don't need $300,000. $3,000 is enough, honestly. Hit me too. I'll even fly down to Shanghai to get hit. Hit me 10 times, please. Pretty soon, people started to suspect that the whole thing was staged. The alleged victim,
Yeah, that's what from the get-go, I was like, it's staged.
Chen, did a live stream where he said that he didn't actually get that much money. He never specified how much the settlement was, but everyone was like, this whole thing feels weird. Is he doing this for PR? That's weird
Who
PR.
does it for PR?
Yeah, like just like I guess the whole bad PR is press or whatever.
What?
Yeah, so the whole thing kind of felt staged to some people. And maybe we know why, because Wang Sicong went live on Douyin to answer questions about this assault. And this one, he had over 1 million viewers on a live. So this is not total views. Like, you know how after a live people can come and watch and your number
Yeah, I feel like he just had like a million? Is it a million live views?
go
There's a
up?
million
Or just
people
kind of crazy.
Current viewers watching live. Allegedly, he earned over like $550,000 from that stream alone.
That alone?
Yeah. I
To talk about beating somebody up.
don't know if he was selling something, but
Probably, like gift, probably. Like,
yeah.
It could be ad revenue, but like that wouldn't have been enough. Hold on. Depending on like his how high his I forget what it's called, but is it RPM? Rate per no, not RPM. RPV? There's some sort of term. Let's just refer to it like a rate per view. We have 1 million people watching currently. Typically like 1,000, like if you're lucky, 1,000 views gets you like $1, so you can just shave off 3 zeros off of that million and say he made 1,000 off of ads, but that's like per 1 view of an ad, right? So if he, depending on how long he streamed and he kept doing that, there could be a few thousand. So yeah, it wouldn't have been from ad revenue. So you could have maybe like topped out like 10,000 maybe, depending on how much he gets per ad view. Maybe more than that, but like 10,000 isn't $500,000 or $500,000, so it must have been something else. I don't know how he made it. Just donations maybe. Donations plus the 10K ad revenue plus whatever.
subs.
They're like, oh no,
Here's a rocket.
you punched that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking like in like fantasy Disneyland here of like the best case scenario for how much money he could have made is what I'm saying.
So, ding. Yeah, it was really odd.
Wow.
So, I don't know why he did that.
I mean, if half of those viewers donated a single dollar, he made $500,000. So it's as easy as that, you know? If every viewer donated $1, he would get $1 million. Right? So, cough, can I get 1 million views? And every million person just give me $1? They just like $1. That's all I need. Technically, that would be 750,000? Question mark? Or no? Would it be 80,000? I don't know. Let me see. Actually, I don't need to think about it. Unless it's 35, I don't know. It would be 70,000. 700,000, I mean. Because YouTube takes 30%, unfortunately. They take a huge cut. So if 1 million people donated $1 to somebody, cough, make it be me, cough. If 1 million people donated $1, that would be $1 million, right? But then YouTube takes 30%, so YouTube would actually make $300,000 off of that transaction, I think. That's assuming some of those people did not donate through Apple, which if you have an Apple device, keep this in mind. I guess the only way to pay for stuff on Apple is by using Apple Money or something, some sort of Apple transaction, and Apple takes 30% of that as well. So if you donate to somebody on YouTube or Twitch or I assume anywhere, but we're specifically talking about YouTube here. If you donate to YouTube, Apple will take a cut and YouTube will take a cut. So the person is getting like a much less sizable amount than what you wanted to give them if you're using an Android, or not Android, if you're using an Apple device to give them money, or an iPhone to give them money. So if you're thinking about giving someone money and you're watching it on like, and you're going to give them the money through Apple, maybe think about it. If you don't want to give two companies money, because you're essentially giving like half of the money to someone who isn't the person you intended to give it to. Is just what I'm saying. But yeah.
That's the story so far. Like, it's just, if you guys want a whole dating recap of the Chinese Leonardo DiCaprio, let me know. I mean, what do you think? Is this guy unhinged? Or are rich people truly just living in a whole different universe? Like an alternate universe where they're so bored out of their minds and so freaking out of touch that they just do some silly, quirky nonsense. Like, what is it? Do we think he's a douchebag? Is he trolling? Does he have internalized inferiority complex and trauma?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I kind of like him, right? He's kind of a goofball. That's what I have him labeled as right now, as a goofball who's putting on a show. He's a jester, right? That's what he is. He's a jester. That's a good way of describing it. He's just a jester. He's just can make fun of anybody. Isn't that the narrative for jesters? Is that a jester? I mean, that's the narrative I'm going with. A jester is actually the person who has the most power out of all like medieval times. Because the jester is the only person who is allowed to get away with making fun of the king/queen. Like, he can talk as much trash as he wants about the king, and that's his job, to make like them laugh and then talk crud about the king. Like, it's the only one person in the kingdom allowed to do that. Everyone else, you're gonna get killed. But the jester is the one who's allowed to do that. And we've already seen him making fun of his own father's company and his father, and his father also made fun of him. But yeah, I think that's just what I am going to label him as for now. Is he is just a modern day jester who gets to make, who gets to be a goofball and just like talk trash about everybody's free game.
Are we like, I think
We still have like 3-4 minutes left of this though, so I don't know what else is left here.
I can fix him. Or is he?
Let's get to work, guys. Stop
He's unfixable.
So, also there was a part where he said that he only hangs out with rich people. Like, he'll say these really weird things to get people really riled up. Yeah.
I mean, it's
and
working.
he also stated, he has like a WeChat that he has to add you on.
Yeah.
That he's friends with on a WeChat for some reason, bro.
That's cool though.
So weird.
Not that cool.
Like, even if you don't talk to him, it's like, oh, he's there.
The interviewer was like, oh, well, do you add people on WeChat after you meet them? And he says,
I don't know what's up with her husband. I feel like, is her husband like famous or something? He's constantly talking about these anecdotes of him like meeting celebrities and being in these situations that let him do this, and now he's in a WeChat with Sitong. Like, he just has access to Sitong whenever he wants to. Like, who is this guy?
sure, you can forward my WeChat to other people, but they have to be richer than me. Like, I mean, if Bill Gates wants to add me, then sure, let's talk.
Yo.
The interviewer said, like, what if regular people want to add you? Will you accept? And he's like, is it a guy or a girl? Anyone? For guys, I don't know. I guess they would have to have some sort of status, right? Like some big boss or something. It's not ideal if I don't accept that, right? For girls,
By the way, I'm none of that. So.
yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah.
No status.
He's not Bill Gates,
No,
like, calm down.
no Bill Gates. Nothing. Okay.
And then he's like, if it's a girl, then I guess it depends on their appearance, right? Maybe he thought you were pretty. And he said, if it's a girl, it depends on their appearance, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he said, so if they're ugly, they won't get through, and you won't accept them? The ugly ones? Chances aren't high.
Hey, at least he's being honest. At least he's being honest.
Bro, it's kind of insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he does have a best friend, like, that he treats really well. So this is like the wholesome part of him, right? There was this actor, he was like a D-list actor, small fish at the time, right? 10 years ago. And Wang Sicong is like the height, he's like China's national husband. And his name is Lin, the actor. He does an interview where he said, oh, me and Wang Sicong were like best friends. We're like
best friends before the money or after?
really tight. And Wang Sicong is watching this interview like, I've never met this guy. Like, not once in my life, okay?
Yo,
so he posts on Twitter,
too funny.
bro, I don't know who this is, okay? But he was intrigued. So he DM'd him on social media and was like, why'd you say we're tight? I don't even know you like that. And the two of them actually became best friends.
Wow.
To the point where Wang Sicong promotes all of his movies because his family owns multiple movie theaters,
Right,
remember?
Yeah,
And
of course.
whenever Lin is starting in an upcoming movie, Wang will promote the movie by putting Lin's face. You know how they have the posters of movies that are currently. He doesn't even put the movie poster. And you know how sometimes movie posters there's like the main one that everyone's in,
Right.
and then there's one of the individuals. He doesn't use any of those. He uses like the profile pic for Lin and just puts it in one of those.
And people watch?
And people are like, that's good.
Wow.
Yeah, he promotes Lin's movies all the time. And when
Plot twist. I'm Lin.
Yeah, this is
It could be with the stuff he talks about all the time. Again, like he's constantly talking about meeting celebrities, so he's in some sort of business that lets him do that.
funny. Yo, what if
so good. Wait, I gotta see what he looks like now.
honestly.
Okay, tell me if this looks like him. Is he Lin? His nose is not. Your nose is better, honey. Not me being a supportive fiance right now. Yeah, and he would send him cakes whenever his movies do well with box office hit written on there. Yeah. He also decorated Lin's hotel room with vases that had posters of Lin's face in them. I think he's a troll.
He's
Yeah, again, jester. That's case closed. He is a modern day jester.
just bored. Like at this point, he's just bored.
I think he's bored. I think he's a troll. Yeah. So if you want me to break down this troll's dating history, please let me know because it's kind of crazy. But so far, what are your thoughts on him? When we eat the rich, is he first, middle, or last?
Could the answer be like never? Like, is he just the one who gets to get saved? I mean, it's like that that meme of is it Wesley Snipes? Like crying. He has a gun out, but they like shoot somebody, and like it's famously used for someone saying like when the race war happens, and this is a dark joke. When the race war happens, and I have to kill Tony Hawk. Right, so it's like, oh man, I don't want to kill Tony Hawk, but like I have to, and they're like crying. I think Tony Hawk himself actually responded to that comment positively. It was like I forget what he said, but it's like thanks or something. I forgot, but like if you don't know who I'm talking about, Tony Hawk is a professional skateboarder, like the professional skateboarder of all time, depending on who you talk to, right? So like if you don't know who Tony Hawk is, I don't know how to like even describe that because like it's Tony Hawk. How do you not know who Tony Hawk is? But like it's that famous meme. So like when the what would you call that kind of war with like when the classes, I guess, or when the class war happens and I have to kill Wang Sicong, I guess is what you would use that meme for, the crying meme. But yeah, again, I'm gonna reiterate it. He just seems like if we let some of the quote unquote egregious stuff slide, he's just a modern day jester. Like that's the best way I could describe this guy so far. Is he's just putting on a show for everybody, and everybody is free game, which is how I see. Apparently, literally, historically, I think that's how they were portrayed. Is the jester is allowed to do whatever the heck he wants, talk as much trash about the king as he wants, and he's allowed to get away with it. He holds the most power. I think that is probably all I have to say for today. We had almost a 2-hour video for this, which again, I am fast forwarding these videos by 1.25 times. So if you haven't noticed it, good, because it means it doesn't matter. But yeah, these videos are fast forwarded, so we are shaving off a quarter of the time on top of skipping the first 5 plus minutes on top of that. So I think technically we have doubled the length of this video because it would have been less than an hour that we actually watched in total. Even though the video is an hour and 3 minutes, we probably watched like 50 minutes or something. Less than 50 minutes. Like, right, it's like probably like 40 plus minutes of video that we just watched because it was condensed down by the speed increase. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Remember to buy my stickers or think about becoming a member or subscribe if you haven't subscribed, because we're working on watch time and subscribers, and if we have a throw now as well. And shout out to the members, EmmyStarr, RaleyDrew, and alexgkiller 880. But you guys, thanks for watching. Tune into the next episode. Like, subscribe, comment. You know what to do. See ya.